ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and today I'm coming at you with a design team project for Discount Paper Crafts. Now this particular project does have meaning to me, of course. In 2005, I'm going to have to tell you a little story first, and I apologize, don't mean to make anybody sad, but you got to kind of know where I'm coming from. I always like to tell you, why I made the project. 2005, my dad passed away. We were actually camping and we had come back from the movies, and there was a message on our trailer door. We were in a place where we could receive messages, and we literally just packed things up and we threw it all into the trailer. We left the trailer where it sat and we drove to the airport and we flew off to Maryland. My dad had since remarried, so and it had been many, many years, so off we went for that. And then in 2009, the day before we were to go visit my mom for a week, I got home from work and there was, a ton of messages on the answer machine, and my mom had passed away from a sudden heart attack. So we, of course, still went off to Idaho, this time though to, have a funeral and pack up her house to bring it home. And amongst her stuff, I found, the token box of pictures. We all have those pictures we throw in a box we don't get around to. And when I opened this box and was, sitting on the floor going through her photos, sitting in her bedroom, I found this one particular photo, and of course it made me cry, but it was a gift and it was a present. And I have been wanting to do something with this photo for quite a long time. And so the things that Kathy sent me in my design team package this time around, when I saw it, I knew immediately what I wanted to do with it because it was perfect. The colors were beautiful, very vintage. The die cuts in the kit, they were perfect. So I'm going to move my sign out of the way so I can show you what she sent me, and then I'm going to show you what I finally did with that photo. Okay? So here we go. So Kathy sent me the Kaiser Craft collection, and this is Curiosity. Beautiful papers, beautiful fall colors. There's die cuts in the back, of course, as you can see, just gorgeous. Beautiful tags. And the papers, some are like embossed. There you can kind of see the shiny on it. Some stripe papers. There's oranges and reds and kind of burgundies and greens. Just beautiful. There golds. There's fruits and flowers. Beautiful. Beautiful collection. Blacks. I mean, just some of my favorite colors. So this is the paper she sent. And then she sent along the package of die cuts, which are beautiful. I actually used one of these. I love the shape of that. And then there's, beautiful birds in this collection. There's beautiful quotes and keys and, just beautiful colors. Really bold and vibrant. Very vintage. Butterflies. I mean, you name it, it's in there, and there's a ton of them. And then she also sent me Blue Fern Studio, right here, this chipboard, and this is the Manor hinges. And I love this chipboard because you guys know how I like to layer, and this chipboard is thick. You can see how thick it is, and you can see how sturdy it is, because I sometimes, well, most of the time, like to layer on top of layer on top of layer, 5 layers thick. So I need things that are sturdy, and these are awesome. And there's lots of Bloom Fern Studio in Kathy's store. She also sent me the Prima Junkyard Findings, the vintage tub knobs, which, believe it or not, went perfectly. As you can see, I used one. And then she sent these Junkyard Findings, these rose heart corners. There's 2 of these in a pack, and I used one of them, and 2 of these, which I used one. And then this heart, which was a rose print all over it, which I also used. And then she sent along these Prima flowers. It's the Audrey collection. And you get like, no, I don't remember, 16 pieces in this collection. I used quite a bit of them. And these are beautiful, like creams and gray tones, really light gray, beautiful. Some whites in there, so real nice collection. And then also, I just kind of want to show you, this didn't get covered up that much. It is this Prima Alkanon trim. It's hard to say. That I use from Kathy's store. And then this one did kind of get covered up because it was tucked in my flowers. And it's just beautiful trim also from Kathy's store. Okay, so I'm going to bring in what I made. The back is a metal charger plate that I got from this like kind of antique slash thrift store. And I loved it because it kind of had a doily shape to it. There was 2 left, and my cousin was actually with me at the time, and she bought one, and I bought one. So let's get this kind of into view so you can get a peek at it. Isn't that just, I mean, this is the plate. It's beautiful. And I'm not exactly sure what charger plates are. I think they're just the decorative plate bottom. Like if you're making a beautiful table setting and you have your stuff on top of these plates, I'm assuming. Because I don't ever remember using one in my lifetime. And my mom used to set the table to the nines. That thing was like holidays. Oh my gosh. 20 pieces of silverware for each plate, 5 sets of glasses. It was there. I don't remember charger plates. But anyway, I couldn't pass this up because it's just a beautiful shape. And what I did to it, it's kind of a beige tone, but I actually kind of crackled the whole thing. And I'm talking the real crackle technique. Paint the bottom layer, add the crackle stuff on top, paint it over the top of that. I also used the Artis stencil by Crafters Workshop with some modeling paste, which, you know, I'll be able to point a little bit out to you, but most of it gets covered up. I also used this fan brush with some of this black India ink that I got at Walmart to kind of flick some little dots all over it. Normally I use a toothbrush, but I kind of wanted a little bit more softer but bolder dots. Less dots, but a little bit bolder, I guess. And then I also used, by La Blanche, this stamp. Because, like I said, you know, as things mostly always do, gets covered up in the process. So, and I'll just kind of point it out to you. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. And we'll just kind of get a nice peek at everything here. And then we'll go over the specifics. But isn't that beautiful, that kind of doily shape around the bottom? Which reminds me, Kathy did send along some Cherryland designs. So I'll show you the one that I didn't use, and then I'll show you the one on here that I did use. Okay, so there is the project. Let me set it down for a minute. The two, they're both doilies that she sent along. This one that I didn't use is called the Princess Garden Window Frame. Okay, and then the one I did use is called Sophia's Heart, and it actually kind of looks a little bit like this, reminding me of the shape of the charger plate, which is why I used it. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring it in again, and I'll just kind of point out some of... You'll see a lot of texture on here because, as I usually do, I did my acrylic paint mixed with sand and I kind of daubed over the top of it. You can see, there you go, you can see the texture really well. In here is where I use stencil all over, but all you can see that's left is right in here and a little bit over onto this edge. A little bit of writing there, a little bit over in here. You can see the stamping I did with that stamp. I'm trying to kind of move this so you don't get the glare of that. There, you can kind of really see the stamping underneath here, and then some, there you go, some music notes in here. Now my photo, what I did is I printed it onto transparency. Sorry about that. And then I backed it, behind it is some Prima Almanac paper. The photo of my parents, my mom was 14 when they got married. My dad was 18, and at that time, it was okay to do that. So this picture, I am sure, is somewhere around that time, and I love this photo because it just, they're happy, and I love that, and I love the look of content on my mom's face. It's just beautiful. Anyway, sorry. And so the papers and things that Kathy sent just, it was screaming. The minute I saw it, I just knew. I knew this was the photo to use. So behind the photo, here is that Cherry Lynn design doily. Beautiful. And you can see the hearts here. What you can't see, of course, it's right in here, but there's another great big heart in the center. It's just, I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I used some Lindy Stamp Gang. I used some red color and then some real pretty, real light kind of beige color throughout the project. Okay. So let's start over here. Here's one of the big photo corners Kathy sent me. This is some Prima romance novel from my stash. Here, this little strip, I just liked it because it kind of had numbers down it and swirls because, you know, I like to layer papers and stuff. And this is from either the Fairy Rhymes or Divine collection. I can't remember which. Just a little strip I cut out. This big, beautiful rose is one of the die cuts from the Kaisercraft collection that Kathy sent, as well as this beautiful piece here and this one over here. And it says, sometimes you will never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. So, yeah, it was a perfect collection. And what I did, because this charger plate you can see is indented, I backed everything with a few layers of chipboard. I think like 2 layers of chipboard. So you can see this is up off. This is up off of the middle of the plate just to kind of give it some dimension. I backed chipboard behind this so that it pops up and has some dimension. This is a Prima metal piece that I got from Kathy's store, the little candelabra there. This is Today, Yesterday, Tomorrow is just a piece I fussy cut out of the Prima Almanac collection. This Unforgettable is a piece I fussy cut out of the romance novel collection. This wooden word is just from my stash. This little tag, it's a chipboard tag, is from Teresa Collins' The Stationery Noted collection. This pretty key is out of the Kaisercraft die cuts Kathy sent me. This beautiful gate, this wooden fence, is from Kaisercraft. I got this from Kathy's store like a long time ago, but I just haven't, you know, it's been a long time. Like I said, I got it a long time ago, so I'm just finally starting to use it. I don't think that she even has them in stock anymore, but okay. Let's head on over to here. Down here at the bottom half of this plate from about here, you know, whole bottom is this beautiful doily that I cut out on there. Right up and underneath my parents' photo, this is Teresa Collins Stationery Noted, just some music paper. The stripe papers from that Kaisercraft collection. This red that you barely see is from the Kaisercraft collection. And this is that one piece I think I showed you. I just love it. Yeah, that's that one piece I showed you. Let me find it again. Because there was one in the papers and then there's one in the die cuts. It's this. That's a little die cut piece that I put right in there. And then this is one of the Manor hinges from the Blue Fern Studios there that Kathy had sent. Okay. And then a bunch of the flowers in here are from the Prima that she sent. And then some of these are from my stash. Here is that vintage knob that Kathy had sent. The Prima vintage knobs. This is one of those white gears, the white heart gears. Boy, say that 10 times fast. By Prima. That's the new release out, and Kathy has those in her store. This is also a Prima resin bird that I got from Kathy's store. This is just a little resin heart from my stash. This is a little Prima X and O, the little wood icons in a box, again from Kathy's store. This is part of a Prima vine that I cut apart. I'd gotten these originally from Kathy's store. She had some pink ones and peach ones, with pink little flowers and peach little flowers on it. So this is just the vine from that. Just trying to make it go a little further because she doesn't have them in stock anymore. This is that resin heart from the collection that Kathy sent me. Just beautiful. You can see made of all roses there. Down here in the bottom is another one of those little resin corners that Kathy had sent. Underneath here, beautiful almond Odette flower by Prima from Kathy's store. I love these, the dimension, and I love kind of this, you know, webbing on there. Just makes it really pretty. Over the top of that is a Prima skeleton clock. These are from Kathy's store. And then I got this Prima clock face and Prima clock hand, again from Kathy's store. And this is just a little key from my stash. Again, we have the other side of the gate over here. And then up here at the very tip top of that Odette Flowers, a little Prima resin window that I got from Kathy's store. Okay, so there is my project for this month for Discount Paper Crafts. I hope you guys liked it. I can't wait. I'm either going to hang it up or put it in, like, you know, one of those picture frame holders. I just think it's beautiful. That Kaiser Craft collection made it really pretty. I knew it was time to do something with the photo, like I said. So anyway, I will have a link down below to, you know, all things Discount Paper Crafts. A link to my blog for some more close-up photos and direct links to each of the products I used. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.